Hey guys, it's Peter here with GoodyReader.com. We have the Nook 7 tablet. You might be saying, well, this has been out for a while. Well, it has. What happened was that on day one, we had this shipped to Canada, and when it hit the border, not only did it sit there forever to clear, it was valued at over $6,780 as a kind of a mess up on Canada Post's declaration. The guy typed it in wrong because it's $49.99 American. So we had it sent back, reassessed, and now it's valued at $49.99 American. So it didn't cost $900 to clear. Anyways, here's some specs. You can read on the back, check it out, press the pause button if you want to kind of pause on that and look over everything. So this is the device itself. I'm not going to lie, it looks pretty normal. Sorry about the reflectiveness. What's up? Because it is a flush screen and bezel. It's going to be very reflective. So yeah, we have the back. The back kind of has its own personality. You see that you have a centerized camera. You have a kind of nice hard rubber plastic, volume up and down, power button. Nothing on the bottom. You get a little microphone on the bottom there though. You have a speaker. Then on the side you have an SD card slot. That's awesome. Camera, as I said, you don't have a light package, you don't have a flash package, nothing to go along with it. You have a 3.5mm headphone jack, hard reset button, and a micro USB port. The front is flush screen and bezel with a camera on the front. We're not going to show you what the physical tablet is capable of, because a tablet is a tablet is a tablet. I mean, they're all capable of playing, you know, the latest and greatest games and running all your apps. So we're going to focus on what this actually is on a Nook level, because they haven't made a Nook device since the Nook HD and the Nook HD Plus. And that's been a long time, because the last two have been Samsung devices. Anyways, we're going to just go through the Nook stuff. We're not going to go through Play Store, Google Chrome, or settings or anything like that. So we're just going to start. We're going to go to Nook Audiobooks. Here you can find various audiobooks priced from anywhere from like $1 all the way up to like $30, depending on the book. If it's James Patterson, it's going to be a couple bucks. If it's some guy you've never heard of, it's going to be like, you know, $5. But you can press the little play button here if you want to hear the preview.
Part 1. It makes all the sense in the world. You awaken and smell smoke and see that the cat at the foot of your bed is on fire.
Dear God, I shouldn't have chose that one. The cat at the foot of your bed's on fire. You can plug this into your headphone jack, auxiliary jack, via the headphone jack in your car, and you can listen to stuff as you go. You can buy these and the text will read along with you and all that kind of stuff. If you click Barnes & Noble, what this does is just a redirect to the Barnes & Noble page, so it's kind of like a filler app. All it does is trigger a redirect, which means it opens up your web browser. See, we're on a web browser now, and you can do shopping from there. Nook Library is where all your stuff is actually going to be. This will be your books, your magazines, your little kids' books, everything. So what we're going to do is just look at a book, because we're Goody Reader. First and foremost, we want to see what books look like. Yes, swipe left and right. You can do all that stuff. Thank you very much. Thanks for the setup. We just set this up, so... we're not going to look at page speed because, come on guys, it's a tablet. You do have a page animation. It's really cool. It's kind of like, oh, I'll grab the top corner of the page, don't rip the paper, you know, something like that. So yeah, it's very cool in that regard. You have text size changes. Everything changes live for the most part. You have margins, line spacing, justification. You can push everything to the left, box it in the middle, and so forth. Let's go back to there. Oh, this one, sorry. So you have different screen settings. These are really cool. They have like gray, stone, reverse, black and white and black. So that's really cool in that regard. You can also press and hold, make highlights, press and hold and make notes. We're going to make a note just to show you the speed of the typing. Oops, I screwed that up, but Peter, yeah, it's pretty responsive. You have a quick navigation. You can go to any page you wish via that little bar at the bottom. Jump to page, add bookmark, find in book, view details, and settings. You can also share this stuff on social media platforms like Hangouts, send to your Google Keep, and so forth. Next thing we're going to look at is, we'll just go down the Nook apps. Current read is your thing you're currently reading, so it'll just pop back over to that. Nook Home isn't like a redirect to the home page. It'll be Nook Home, so this is where your library will be, your Barnes & Noble readouts, just kind of like your feed. And then at the bottom, of course, there's shop department, so you can go to books, you can go to the magazine store, specifically romance, teens, kids, and comics if you want to choose your likes and dislikes. You also have various amount of settings on the side. We're not going to go through every single one of those. This video would be 20 minutes long. Nook Shop is where you actually buy your content. Nook Shop will be all of your bestsellers, your books, your magazines, and any of your desired categories. We just chose some as a placeholder. So if you chose romance and teens and kids, it'll look like that. If you chose auto and motorcycles and all that other stuff, it'll look like that. Clicking on a book, everything kind of shows up on one page and it scrolls all the way. So I like the way they do this. You see the cover page with the cover page behind it expanded and blurred to give you that depth. Then it just fades away, and the logo and the name comes up too. That's really cool. And then everything will just be down here. More by this artist, more in the series, editorial reviews. You can do a review and click what do you think. Lots of cool stuff here, and it's very intuitive. You can also click free sample if you want to do that. Barnes & Noble readouts. So you can go to topics and click your topics, and then you can read out your picks and other people's picks and all that kind of stuff, and just, you know, endlessly scroll through things. But it's really cool because it just gives you a little preview, and then you can click read more or read article, and that will send you to the respective article. You can also like it and share on social media platforms like you can with most of the other things. That's all for the actual Barnes & Noble stuff. There's also Google Apps. Because this is a Google Play certified device, you can actually get Google, Gmail, Maps, YouTube, and etc. We're going to go back to Nook Library because we are going to read People magazine, and this is just a preview magazine we bought just to show you guys what it's capable of, because Barnes & Noble does have a large magazine marketplace. So you can click the middle. I said you can click the middle, thanks, and you get a scroller kind of visual table of contents. And then I think they said something you can zoom out. Yeah, and that will give you a dual page spread table of contents, which is really cool. It's better than just reading the table of contents. Like, you know, on page 45 will be the ad for this particular thing. I think Coors Light. You would click on that. But this way you can see it. So if you wanted to look at... I'm not really interested in celebrity stuff. I don't know why I chose this, but can we have something other than a... here we go, some sunglasses. We'll look at some sunglasses. Cool. You can zoom in on that. You can double tap out. I've noticed that, say, the Nook HD Plus, the 9.7 sucker, the one really big back in the day, that was really good for magazines. This is kind of small, even if you compare it against like my Xperia Z3. It's not worlds apart in size. So the screen size, I don't know. And there's these black bars on top because of the ratio. You actually can't fit it, but... I know, Patrick Stewart, he's cool. It's pretty good. I mean, it does get the job done, and the magazine experience is quite nice on Barnes & Noble. It always has been, and the tablet itself is capable of a lot of things. I mean, it's got a 3,000 milliamp battery, which I personally love because a lot of people just focus on what the thing looks like and not what it actually can do. 3,000 milliamp battery is gigantic. It's also expandable up to 128 gigs via SD card. We're wrapping up here, so I'm just going to say this. Tablets haven't really pushed themselves since, say, 2013, 2014, when like the Google Nexus 7 came out. That was like, when that came out, we're like, wow, this is a great tablet. Since then, tablets have kind of caught up with themselves. It's like, you know, they're all capable of playing Asphalt 8 and all your latest apps and latest games, and there's no lag and everything's smooth. So I guess lately it's more about like the software experience and what the OS and the UI and the user interface can do for you, rather than the actual hardware itself, because all tablets look the same. They got this cookie cutter black layout. They all have, you know, like exorbitant battery sizes and huge processors and 1 gig of RAM, 2 gigs of RAM. So Yeah, I haven't changed much in the last little while, so this tablet is really good though. I'm glad they went back. They got Android 6.0, quad-core, dual cameras. I'm glad Nook is actually making stuff again instead of rebranding Barnes and Samsung stuff and putting Nook logos on it. I didn't really like that. I like the Nook line of tablets, the Nook Color, the Nook Tablet, the Nook HD, the HD Plus. Those are fantastic. What do you guys think about this? Sorry for the long video. There was a lot to cover for Nook stuff. For GoodyReader.com, this is Peter.